What if I told you there are 3 metrics that if you learn how to use on eBay, you can save time, save money, and make more sales? My name's Michael A. Castaneda. In this video, I'm going to share with you how I use this information to grow my eBay store, and that starts right now.
Yeah, I swear I'm not crazy because you're just like me, you're just like me.
In this video, I'm going to share with you how you can use eBay analytics. Particularly, I want to review impressions, views, and the click-through rate, and how you can use this data to boost your eBay sales, increase your conversions, do things like markdown sales, and overall improve your listings. If you're into eBay reselling, e-commerce, consider subscribing. I talk a lot about reselling, but I also talk a lot about e-commerce tactics in general, email marketing, affiliate marketing. I'm sharing my experience of what I'm doing to sell online so that way you can learn from my experiences. To start, what are impressions? Now, a general overview, an impression is a metric used to quantify the number of digital views or engagements of a piece of content, usually an advertisement, digital post, or a web page. On eBay, an impression counts when a link to your listing appears on eBay and the buyer is one click away from your listing. In the Analytics tab, it'll look something similar to this. It'll have your item, the title, the quantity that you have available, and impressions. eBay impressions, particularly, this is how many times your listing pops up in a search on their platform organically or through promoted listings. High impressions essentially indicates good SEO on your listing, so good titles, good details. With views are the total number of visits to your listing from eBay during a time period. For example, a visit to the listing page from eBay search results. There's 2 different types of page views. You have eBay page views, which is the total number of visits to your listings from eBay during a period of time, and there's external page views, the number of listings to a listing page from outside of eBay. For example, a visit from a listing page from an external search engine like Google or Instagram, Pinterest, something like that. If you share your posts, share your listings somewhere else, and it comes in from those places, that's the external page view. In addition, another metric that I think is extremely important is the click-through rate, or the CTR. This is the number of page views to your listings from eBay during a time period divided by the number of impressions. This excludes external page views. For example, if your listing gets 1,000 impressions and 5 page views from eBay, your click-through rate is 0.5%. These 3 metrics combined can give you a pretty good idea of how healthy your store is. Not only how healthy your store is, but the more you understand these 3 metrics, the more you can understand your listings and you can see how healthy your individual listings are as well. In order to see your metrics on eBay, you need at least a starter subscription. I think it's completely worth it. It's only $8 a month. When I first started on eBay, I was really excited. I was making a decent amount of money, and when I upgraded, I felt that I had to unlearn a lot of bad habits. Unfortunately, I feel like eBay teaches people bad habits when it comes to selling on their platform with the free versions. I'm assuming you already have the subscription or else you wouldn't be watching this video, or maybe you're somebody coming from like my TikTok channel and you're just interested to see what this kind of looks like. Just to give you a heads up, you got to have at least the starter subscription, because a lot of the tactics that I'm talking about in this video, like doing the markdown sales, like doing the promotions, things with the listing frame, things like that, you got to have this at least the starter subscription. Right now I have the basic subscription because I'm doing a lot of changes with my store right now. I've probably gotten rid of about 3/4 of my inventory. That's not for any bad reason or anything like that. I'm just changing the way that I'm selling things online. So right now I have the basic subscription. Once you have your subscription, in order to get to the metrics, you go to your seller hub, then go to performance, and then traffic. Scroll down until you get to active and sold listings. Right now, we're going to be looking at active listings. You can see the information that they provide here. They have the quantity, the impressions, they have this information here, but we're going to focus on the page views, external page views, and the click-through rate. You can download your information, which I recommend doing because it's going to make looking at the information a lot easier. But for demonstration purposes, I just want to go through and just look at these individual items and kind of give you an idea of what I look for when I'm looking at my analytics. One of the first metrics that I think you should look at are your impressions. The reason why is because this is kind of like the first stop when it comes to data on your eBay listings. With something like this, with the Zara dress, the impressions are at 728. This is really high for just being within the last month or so. Now, this item could have gotten relisted sometime in the last 30 days because if it doesn't sell with the buy it now feature, it just relists itself. So 728, in my opinion, is relatively high. This tells me this title is a good title. People are searching for Zara, they're searching for premium, they're searching for denim, they're searching for denim collection, they're searching for Zara dress, they're searching for Zara women's size extra small or XS. People are searching for whatever's in this title, and this is being shown to them. Now, this is where this information gets a little wonky. I only have 1 page view. That's terrible. So without even looking at the listing, I can tell you right now that my photo is probably garbage. eBay's trying to push this item in front of people. That's what this is telling me. But nobody's looking at it. Because nobody's viewing it, it has a terrible click-through rate. That's why it says 0.1%. No page views, no click-through. Another thing that can affect your impressions are your item specifics. The things in your description aren't searchable. What is searchable are the item specifics. So this can also affect your impressions. So that's why I think the item specifics are so unbelievably important. This Tommy Hilfiger item is a great example of what I was just talking about. So people are searching for Tommy Hilfiger pajamas, Tommy Hilfiger pants, striped Tommy Hilfiger pants, medium Tommy Hilfiger. eBay's showing this item to people. It doesn't have many good views. And you could tell just by looking at this photo is absolute garbage. When I listed this item, I was going to the Goodwill bins. If you're not familiar with that, just Google it. I was buying clothes in bulk. To me, it was volume. It did not matter to me because I was just pushing out so many items regularly. I had the virtual assistant working regularly. I was paying her every single week to get these items listed. So photos, I just needed to get it done. I regret doing that. I wish I took my time. I wish I took better photos because this item has been sitting for quite some time. And you can see it's not the price. It's not the price. People aren't clicking on it because this photo's garbage. I can tell just from the impressions, good impressions. This is a good title. I didn't even get to the price part. I've already marked this down many, many times. These photos are garbage. I got the tag, this tag, I got the back. I wouldn't want to buy this. I'm ashamed of this. Don't judge me by this. Let me show you another example of what I could have done better. Here's an item that I sold recently that had that exact same, this came from the same exact auction. This Tommy Hilfiger pair of pants. You can see 41,000 impressions, 63 page views, 1 external page view, a click-through rate of 2%, and a conversion of 1.6. Let me take a look. Let me show you these photos, and you can see that they're going to be very similar to the other one. Let me show you the old photos, and then you can look at these new ones. Here's a look at the old photos, and you can see they're very similar to the other ones. This is how I was doing it. This is terrible. This was the front picture. This was the first picture that a person would see. I didn't stretch out the backdrop here, so you can see all the wrinkles here. This isn't flat. It's a little fuzzy. It looks terrible. These photos are terrible. You can't see like, okay, so this is the inside. The tape looks terrible. This sat just as long as those other pairs of pants. Overall, I mean, this is going to be the same photo here, same photo here. These are the back of the pants. Now, you tell me, would you buy this or would you click on this one? And this was $25. I marked it down. You can see this is the same photo here, same photo here. And it wasn't until I changed that first picture to a nice photo until somebody purchased it. So that's how you can kind of determine just right off the bat why impressions are important and what leads to a conversion. If you have high impressions, no views, your first photo probably isn't very good. Before we continue, if you found any of this information helpful, consider subscribing. Whether you're new, whether you're seasoned, there's a little bit of something here for everyone. I'm learning how to sell things online and I'm sharing my experience so you can learn from them too. Now let's talk about what happens if you have high impressions, high page views, high click-through, and zero conversion. This is a really good example of what happens when you have high impressions, good page views, and a good click-through rate, yet you have zero conversions. Instantly, without even looking at this, I know it's the price. It's being shown to people are looking at it, people are clicking on it, but nobody's buying it. It's probably the price. I can go into this and I can take a look. I'm going to tell you my strategy on why this is priced the way that it is after we kind of review everything. You can see Starbucks Travel Tumbler Stainless Steel Silver Matte 16 ounce 473 milliliter coffee mug. People are looking for Starbucks Travel Tumbler. People are looking for Starbucks coffee mug. People are looking for that. That's why eBay's throwing it in front of people. You can see I have decent photos. I mean, this photos to me is pretty spot on. I show you the height. I show you, without even having to show you the details, I'm showing you everything about this mug. This price is really high. I'm doing free shipping, and I did this on purpose. I do this on purpose with every item that I sell. When you have the subscription, you have the opportunity to do markdown sales. So what I'll do a lot of the time is I'll price the item 25 to 30% higher than what the average sell-through rate is. Particularly because if somebody watches the item, I have 6 watchers, I'll just give every Friday, I'll just give all 6 watchers a 30% discount. And then I'll get, 25% off, 30% off, and they have the opportunity to buy it at a 30% discount. But realistically for me, it's the price that I actually want. I want to sell this for $20 to $25. Now I'm thinking the price is probably pretty true. Sometimes you might run into a situation where your price adds up, but maybe your shipping is a bit off. Maybe you have the shipping priced off of weight and it's just a little too much. The shipping might be a little too high. Now that we have this information, I can lower this price, but I don't want to just lower the price. What I want to do is I want to use the data given to me by eBay to do a markdown sale. When your item is a bit too high and you want to mark down your price, you can do that with the starter subscription. You go to marketing in your seller hub, go to promotions. On the right here, you'll go to create a promotion, and you can just do sale event plus markdown. It's gonna ask you to choose your discount. I'm gonna do 25% off. I'm only gonna do this one item. I usually do everything in bulk based off of this criteria. Roughly every 2 weeks, I'll run a sale. You can select your items and you're gonna choose your inventory. I'm just gonna type in tumbler. Here it is, $29.97 or best offer. I'm gonna select this one item. I'm gonna run this sale. I'm gonna start right now. And I'm just gonna have this sale run just for the weekend. What's today? Today's March 4th. I'm just going to have this run until Sunday. I'm going to call it flash sale. Everything Starbucks. This is the result. The item is now listed at $22.48. It has this red beacon here that says you can save 25%. It was marked down from $29.97. This is the price that I wanted originally. This is one of the tactics that I like to use when it comes to markdown. What I'll do is I'll list an item, I'll give it about 2 weeks, I'll list it 25 to 30% higher from what I actually want it. I might get some watchers. When I get those watchers, I'll send them offers for 25 to 30% off. They might not get it, they might get it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but either way, 2 weeks later after I list it, I'll run a sale based on the information. If the photos are good, if I get good views, the title's good, all the impressions, all the information that we just reviewed, if all of that's good, then I'll run the sale. If it's not good, then I can go back and I can make some adjustments, like you saw with the pants. Those pants, the pictures are terrible. And you can see in the picture with the pants, all I did was change the first photo, and it got people to click on it. And they can then judge from there, okay, well, I've got the measurements, oh, it's got this, it's got the tag, it's got all this other information. Then somebody decided to buy it. But that one listing had 46,000 impressions, 41,000 impressions. That's insane. Same with this coffee mug. 101,000 impressions is bananas. And it has good views. With the sale now, I'll most likely see this thing sell. I got it for like $4, $5 or whatever. So with free shipping, this thing weighs, just a couple ounces. So it's not going to cost much. I'm expecting $8 to $12 in profit. If I get more than that, I'll be super happy. But honestly, $8 to $12 I think is a good flip. The Starbucks tumbler sold shortly after I finished filming the video that you've already been watching. This was maybe 3 or 4 hours after I had finished filming, and I thought that was really cool. I wanted to share this with you. You can see that the tactic is essentially the same. Even though it's sold on Mercari, the tactics were exactly the same. I listed it for $30 and then I lowered the price to $22 and it sold. And we can look at the profit that I was looking for. On Vendoo, it shows you a price calculator, and I have more information about this in the description below. It sold for $22. The marketplace fees were $3.14. The cost of the item was $3.99. The shipping was $4.99. The profit was $9.86. So it goes to show you that these tactics that I'm using don't necessarily only apply to eBay. They work on all these other platforms as well. I thought that was really cool, and I'm so glad it happened shortly after I had filmed it. It would have been cool if it happened in real time, but I'm still able to update you here even though it happened after the fact. I'm constantly learning about e-commerce and what I can do to improve myself, my knowledge, my store, and things that I sell online. So if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. You can go ahead and click this video that's recommended for you or watch my most recent video right here.